The contrasting actions of Meghan Markle and Catherine, Princess of Wales, during a period encompassing the Invictus Games and Catherine's visit to a women's prison, highlight a significant difference in their approaches to public life and charitable work. The narrative portrays Catherine as a dedicated and effective royal, focused on meaningful engagement and tangible results, while depicting Markle as consumed by a perceived rivalry and resorting to attention-seeking behavior that ultimately undermines her efforts. Markle's reported early departure from the Invictus Games is contrasted with Catherine's visit to a mother and baby unit in a Cheshire women's prison. The narrative emphasizes Catherine's thoughtful and engaged participation in the prison visit, highlighting her interaction with staff and former residents, her insightful questions, and her genuine interest in supporting incarcerated mothers. This portrayal emphasizes Catherine's commitment to meaningful charitable work, focusing on tangible outcomes and genuine engagement with the communities she serves. Her actions are presented as a demonstration of her dedication to her royal duties and her commitment to making a positive impact. In contrast, Markle's actions at the Invictus Games are portrayed as self-serving and attention-seeking. Her reported early departure, coupled with the narrative's suggestion that she expected constant media attention, highlights a perceived disconnect between her stated humanitarian goals and her actual behavior. The narrative suggests that Markle's participation in the event was primarily focused on personal publicity rather than genuine support for the event's cause. Her actions are presented as a contrast to Catherine's genuine engagement with the community she visited, highlighting the difference between performative activism and genuine commitment to charitable work. The narrative further emphasizes the perceived rivalry between Markle and Catherine. Markle's reported frustration at the attention Catherine received is presented as an example of a broader pattern of behavior, where Markle attempts to emulate Catherine's actions but fails to replicate her genuine engagement and impact. The narrative suggests that Markle's efforts are driven by a desire for recognition and validation, rather than a genuine commitment to the causes she claims to support. This perceived rivalry is presented as a key factor driving Markle's actions, highlighting the negative impact of competition and the pursuit of personal gain on charitable work. The narrative uses a strong rhetorical strategy, contrasting Catherine's quiet and effective work with Markle's more ostentatious and ultimately less impactful efforts. Catherine's focus on early childhood development, mental health advocacy, and prison reform is presented as a demonstration of her commitment to addressing real societal issues, while Markle's actions are portrayed as superficial and self-promotional. This contrast highlights the difference between genuine charitable work and performative activism, emphasizing the importance of substance over style. The narrative also highlights the contrast in their public image. Catherine is portrayed as effortlessly graceful and hardworking, while Markle is depicted as desperately trying to emulate Catherine's success, but failing due to a lack of genuine commitment and a focus on superficial aspects. Markle's perceived attempts to copy Catherine's style and charitable endeavors are presented as awkward and forced, further emphasizing the difference between genuine engagement and performative imitation. The narrative concludes by emphasizing the contrasting approaches of the two women. Catherine is portrayed as a dedicated royal, committed to meaningful work and genuine engagement with the community she serves, while Markle is presented as consumed by a perceived rivalry and resorting to attention-seeking behavior that ultimately undermines her efforts. The narrative suggests that Catherine's actions demonstrate the true meaning of royal duty, while Markle's behavior highlights the pitfalls of prioritizing self-promotion over genuine commitment to charitable causes. The overall message is that genuine impact comes from dedicated work and genuine engagement, not from superficial imitation and self-promotion.